fake Kelsey Grammer to kick this show off.
Let's cook this pig.
Here we go. Here we go. Hello, everyone. This is Keith from Keith's Comics, and we're here to try to sell you some comics, full disclosure. We're going to put out comics one at a time. Cindy, who's on the other side of this computer, is here with me.
I'm right here.
She's going to put them up one at a time. If you like the comic and it fits your budget, type claim into the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. Okay, so well, welcome to the show. If you're watching in the future, appreciate that. People get busy. You can still claim no matter whenever you're watching. Is the time? It'll be up here a little bit later. How long the prices are good for? Even though we keep the shows up indefinitely, I think all of our shows are up. Oh, Pablo's jumping in there, cooking sautéed cube steak in garlic, onions, and tomato sauce with fried plantains and rice. So, a question on that fried plantains: do you mash them first and then fry them and then fry them again? Oh, I've never dealt with plantains. Yes, we almost did have a Pepsi incident. Everything electrical. I saw an electrical arch spark go across my screen and a very crazy sound. So I was so scared I soiled me armor. So there we go. All right, Cindy, you're ready to go then, right?
I am.
Did you ever? You took a couple of shows off. Did you go find the fake Kelsey Grammer? Was he like at the train station or what?
Yeah, I think he's back. So what do you say? Let's cook this pig.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Keith's Comics.
Let's get started here. Oh, turn my camera on. Which one is this? There we go. Pablo. Hello, future. You can always watch in the future, just like Pablo's going to be doing. Nice. Good job on that. Those animations there, Kaylin. That's awesome. All right, there we go. Here we go. All right. So as I said before, we got audio, we got video, we got some comics. We're going to talk a little comics. We're going to try to sell you some stuff. All right, let's get started here with some fun stuff. The Batman number 202 is from 1968. It's just a very solid VG copy. The color is way off on that. Is it the?
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm keep moving the cursor over, saying, like, how do I adjust that? You don't. All right, Batman 202 from 1968. Here will lie Batman and Robin. Oh, they're always doing that kind of that stuff on these in this time period. $10 if you claim it here. Type Batman 202 from 1968. All you gotta do is claim Batman 202, and you're in. You're in. The first one in wins. If you no one claims it, it's going to end up going out to one of our stores for $15. You get a little bit of a discount for hanging out, saying, hey, what's up? All right, what's up next, Cindy? All right, some nice bronze-aged Avengers. This is the first Mantis cover. Now, this is a recent development in collecting. For the longest time, Jerry can attend to this, that, we were just completists. So, maybe Jerry was a little bit different, but I never even considered condition for the longest time whenever I was collecting, driving around on my bicycle and then eventually driving myself to conventions. If I needed issue 97 and there was a 97 in front of me in my budget, it was mine. And then eventually grading became a thing, and people looking for higher grades. And now first appearances became a thing, anniversary issues. And now the recent trend I've seen is first cover appearances by characters really starting to take off. Like this issue of Avengers here. Issue 114 is the first Mantis appearing on the cover of a book here. And it's a beautiful cover, too. Look at that. Is that Romita artwork maybe on that? Is this signed anywhere on this, Cindy? Do you see that? It's a beautiful cover, though. This from 1973. This issue is a solid, beautiful VG. Presents a great classic cover with the swordsman, the Mantis, giving the Avengers what for there. Even Thor, I guess Thor didn't remember that it was Thor's Day, so he's getting waylaid there. $8 if you claim it here today. Avengers number 114, $11 if it gets out to the stores. Next up, Submariner. That's not a Tuma. Well, yes, it is a Tuma. I don't think it's the first appearance of a Tuma, but very early. Wow, that is a powerful cover. That's got to be John, or maybe very early Sal Buscema. I'm not sure which, but it is a really cool cover. The Prince Namor, the Submariner, number 4 from 1968. $6 if you claim it here. And hang on just a second. I'm going to turn this camera off. It's bugging me.
You want me to close the lens cover?
Yeah, let's try that first. Close the lens cover and then. Please don't touch any cords back there.
Yeah, I'm trying not to touch a cord. It's not easy being the assistant. Did it help any?
It did, but then it just turned right back off.
Should we leave it a couple of seconds more?
We'll try it, sure.
What the hey?
It could be just my old eyes, too. Submariner number 4 from 1968. $6 if you claim it into the comments feed.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah.
These old eyes.
These eyes. Next up. All right, so we are way cattywonker there. This
So
move the top to the left. Just a step to the left. Iron Man number 111.
no, that's because I adjusted it.
Iron Man from 1978. What is going on there? That's some kind of mechanical situation right out of The Incredibles, it looks like. Wow, nice. $10 in store, $6 if you claim it here. Invincible Iron Man number 111. A nice bronze beauty. Beautiful. Johnny Quest, that's right, yeah. New Johnny Quest comics coming up soon, if they're not out already. So if you need some of those, check with your local Keys Comics and get that on hold for you. Don't forget we have last time I looked about an hour ago, we only had 15 tickets left for the Deadpool movie night, which will be next Thursday. Next Thursday night at the Studio Movie Grill. You need to go online and buy the tickets from our Shopify store. You can just navigate through to that. 15 are left, then that's it. It'll be the first movie night we've had in, a year or something like that. It's always a lot of fun. It's about the price you would pay if you went on opening night, but we get to see it Thursday night before it comes out. We'll have a theater all to ourselves. What else are we doing that? I give away some free stuff. There's some goofy fun and all kinds of craziness. Yeah, with like-minded people. For the most part, they know when to laugh, and they they're not constantly going down. What was that? Who was that exactly? There we go. All right, next up, Cindy. Way catty. There you go. Captain Marvel, the original green costume Captain Marvel, if you will. Issue number 7 from 1960. Is it 68 or 69? 68. These books are kind of getting forgotten because look at that. That's so reasonable. I think I might have paid $6 for this in the mid-'80s. Captain Marvel number 7. Solid copy here. Is he fighting Quasimodo? Yeah, that's Quasimodo. Wow. And it's Quasimodo in space. $10 if you claim it here. Solid VG copy. $6. $10 if it gets to the store. $6 if you claim it here. Claim Captain Marvel. You don't have to write it like that. Captain Marvel number 7. $6. Next up. All right. Now, Daredevil. Is he going wild? Oh, I don't know. Isn't that his blind? Is that his blind girlfriend? So it doesn't really matter that he has his face mask off. Issue 151 of Daredevil here. Look at this, trying to pinch DC's glory there. It's some kind of crisis. You see that right underneath Daredevil there. Daredevil number 151 from 1978. $6 if you claim it here. Sharp VF minus copy. What's she saying? Cindy, can you read that?
She's saying, my father's blood is on your hands. He's dead, and you killed him.
Oh my, she seems a little worked up.
She's accusing him.
Yeah. Six.
Evidently, she's yelling loud because look at him. Oh, it hurts his ears.
And scene. $6 if you claim it here. Daredevil number 151 from 1978. Next up.
It's a Dallas classic.
Oh yeah, Dallas classic. Let's move that all the way to the right just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. From 1983, Dallas Ballet, The Nutcracker, featuring the first comic appearance of Firestar, and which she teams up with her amazing friends, Spider-Man and Iceman. Wow. from 1983. This was a free promotional comic that came in the Dallas Times-Herald. Oh boy, everybody that collected comics in the early 80s, you got at least one, and then every relative that knew that you collected comics hooked you up, and it was great. It was awesome. It was you ended up with a whole bunch of these that you could trade. So as a result, the collections we buy here in Dallas and around the area, generally, if they're old enough, they have one or two of these in their collection. So it's always good. And it's a cool touchstone book. And, a little Christmas book. It's a first appearance, first cover appearance. I don't think it's first Nutcracker in comics, but it could be. It's a real comic. This VF copy, $10. If you claim it here, we'll send it on to you instead of to one of our stores. Next up. Oh, okay. As I understand it, my limited research on this is a Batman pocketbook. This is from the UK. These were reprints, edited reprints. They did many volumes of these. This is Batman versus the Knight, I believe it is, from 1978. This is $25 because a pretty solid copy of this. $25 if you let it get to the store. $20 if you claim it here tonight. Batman pocketbook, Batman versus the Knight, I believe is. This I'd never seen one of these before, and we were working a little collection today, and wow, that's interesting. I thought it was one of those best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest situations, and I was wrong. There it is, Batman pocketbook, $20. Next up. All right, towards you just a little bit. Okay, there's several books this week, or was it last week? X-Men #1 had. This cover, what's this? What are these covers called? Kaylin, do you remember what these covers are called?
Oh, hang on, I'm going to show it to her.
Negative space?
Yeah.
Negative space covers. So now, every time I see one, it's to your left. All right, top left. Move the top to the left. Perfect. Nicely done. This is an amazingly good Bill Sienkiewicz cover on that. Wowzers. From 1982, this solid, sharp VF copy of these negative space covers. There's an X-Men one this week, and then I think Spider-Man did one of those about 2 years ago that was a huge hit. And now they figured out, people like these. So I think that you're going to get them, quite a few of them going forward. But this is a very early one, and I think we have another one in the show later on also that as you start looking for them, you can see them. And this is a powerful cover. Look at that. Moon Knight #24 from 1982, $20 if you claim it here. This is sharp VF copy. I think it has like one tiny color break, if I remember correctly, on the spine. I don't even think you can see it in this picture. All right, 25 in store, 20 if you claim it here. Next up. Make sure, if you're watching the show, thank you so much. But make sure you do a search and you get over to Keys Comics Network Facebook page. You can watch it on one of our shows, but on any of our pages. But if you want to claim stuff, you need to be on the Keys Comics Network. It's its own separate Facebook page, and it's the home of the show, even though we simulcast on our other regular Facebook pages for each of our stores. All right, up next, move that to the right just a little bit, Cindy. All right. Classic. There's your favorite right there, Cindy. That's some Kirby greatness. Yeah. Issue number 88 of the. That is some wild, crazy. It's almost like you get Kirby greatness, and then like Ditko just happened to be in the office that day and just threw some tentacles in there. Beautiful cover on that. Fantastic Four number 88 from 1969. $24 for this really nice, solid VG Plus copy, or $18 if you claim it. Claim Fantastic Four 88. It's $18, and we'll arrange for it to get to the store for you to pick up. Or if you are watching us not in the Dallas area, we will start corresponding with you, and we will work out how to get it mailed to you. Because we're not afraid to take your money. We will sort that out 100%. Right, Cindy?
Right.
All right, next up.
Well, you're not going to complain for me.
Hey, we're the Monkees. Issue number 2 of the Monkees, in which they're playing a giant cinnamon roll guitar. Is that? I can't sort out what's going on. Is that?
It's all flowers.
Is that all flowers? Oh, okay. I can't
They
see.
look all like cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. Is that? I said no one ever. Hey, we're the Monkees. Issue number 2, Dell Comics, 1967. Wow, they were riding the wave of the zeitgeist, the mop top crew. As I was talking to Kaylin earlier today, the Monkees created for TV, and make some music using. Golly, what are those?
The backup bands?
What are the backup bands named? I forget those. The Wrecking Crew. They were using the Wrecking Crew for all the stuff.
Was this the Wrecking Crew?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, that was the Wrecking Crew did all their music until they got good enough to do their own stuff, and then they took over and they actually toured. So they became pretty good, solid musicians on there. Well, they were already solid musicians. They just got a lot better. Davey? No, that's the wrong Davey.
Davy Jones?
Well, you use the Davey from Davey and Goliath. Right, Davey.
Oh, you mean my tone voice. I see.
Right. Monkees number 2 from 1967, $35 in store, $24 and we went down memory lane for you there. The Monkees number 2, $24. Next up. Okay, we're all sideways there. There we go. To Rock and Roll. No, just To Rock. Son of Stone. Issue 122. This is getting kind of later in the run. 1979. A nice, beautiful VF copy of this. Look at that. Turok versus, is that a Velociraptor back there? He's got a pencil in his hand. Is that the accountant dinosaur? This is Turok, Son of Stone, Gold Key Comics. Originally started, I think, this title started off as Dell Comics, didn't it? $20 in store, $12 if you claim it here. $12 for Turok, Son of Stone. Oh, let's put that over there. I bet that makes me sound a lot better. Next up, Cindy. Oh, Gears of War. Evidently, people freaking out about these gaming comic situations. All the way back in 2008, Wildstorm, which was originally, I believe, part of the Image breakaway, and then that was Jim Lee's part that he sold to DC Comics and went over there with it. But then they got the rights to do these Gears of War comics based on the games, and man, people are freaky for them. This is issue number 1 from 2008, $26. Jump on this before it can get out to the stores. And if you're on the fence, go look it up online. $26 for Gears of War number 1 from 2008. Next up, Cindy. Star Wars and it's sideways. There we go. Star Wars, and this book presents fantastic. I was about to grade it VF, and then I looked at it really much closer, and it's going to be VG minus. It's got some issues. Mostly, the biggest issue, I believe, that it was probably soaked in. No, I'm going to go with it was soaked in a barrel of Luke Skywalker's tears because he didn't get to go to Tashi Station. Star Wars number 4 from 1977. It's wavy. It has a little bit of a stain on the back, so it obviously got either moist or wet at some point. So we're going to call it VG, but it presents great. Classic Darth Vader cover. $6 for this newsstand copy of this Star Wars from 1977. That's the year it came out, right, Cindy?
That's what it says.
Wow.
I think the comics came out, first comics anyway, and this is number 4, came out the same time the movie. Same year the movie came out.
Yeah, I just can't remember. Oh, the movie came out when, May?
Yeah. This is October, it says on there, so that would be, 2 months before that?
Yeah, so it was August. Yeah.
So pretty close.
Yeah, and so they were probably working on it while it was starting to come out, and then they're realizing, oh my gosh, we did this comic based on the screenplay, and we got issues. Speaking of issues, here's Star Wars number 4. $6. Next up.
You know what time it is?
Uh-oh. Hope Pablo's turned the burners off if he's going to take a nap. It's time for the lightning round. Here we go. Crackle, thunder, crackle, thunder, thunder, crackle. There we go. All right. It's sideways. There we go. All right. $1, $2, and $3 books. We're going to go through them very quickly because we have $1, $2, and $3 bins in the stores. The ones that don't get picked up here in the show and sent out to you for your collection will go to the stores so you can buy them. This is Alf number 33. Is that right, Cindy?
It is, and it's $1.
$1 for this Alf comic. Oh, my. Next up.
September Looney Tunes is $2.
$2 for this Looney Tunes. What's up with that? Oh, sorry. Wrong character. But what's up, Doc? $2 for this Looney Tunes. That's pretty neat. Elmer Fudd. All right, nice. Next up.
Start with $3 books.
$3 books. All right. This is a 1 in 25 Marauders #1 from 2022. Yeah. Carlini, is that the right? All right, Carlini variant. Next up.
It's a number 1, and it's a 1 in 10 Allen cover.
Alan doing the design work here on this Black Panther from 2023. 1 in 10 ratio variant. Ratio meaning that I had to buy 10 copies before I could buy 10 copies of the regular cover before I could buy 1 copy of this. Alan cover on this. 1 in 10. $3. $3. That's probably less than cover price, right? All right. Hey, Larry Nichols is here. All right. Well, good to see you. Thanks, Larry. 23.2. All right. Pull it towards you just a little bit. We're missing. There we go. Deathstroke. Yeah, lenticular. One of my favorite words. Who's that? It's Teen Titans, right? Teen Titans 23.1. Is that what you said on that?
Yeah, 2.2.
23.2. This the Teen Titans, and then it's scrawled out, and we're going to put Deathstroke #1 on there. So there we go. $3 for this Teen Titans 23.2. Next up.
A 1 in 25 Ben Sur cover. Number 1 of Groot.
Groot, I am Groot. I am 1 in 25 ratio variant. Wow. So this is a pretty. What's the price we had on that in the store there? $12.99. Now it's $3. Oh my gosh.
Get it.
All right. Next up.
Killjoys number 1 Ghost variant.
Ooh, the Killjoys. I don't know who was that. Did anybody famous work on that? I don't know. This is Gerard Way, maybe. I know. And Cindy only the only Gerard she recognizes is Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
So, all other Gerards are just they don't work for her. This is.
He's just Gerard.
You know, the Ghost variant of Killjoys #1, $3. Next up.
Greenhorns number 2.
Greenhorns. I don't even know what this is about. We talked about this last time. That's a foil cover too, right? $3 for this Greenhorns. I think it's a horror western, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure looks like it's got a little blood there.
Yeah, or yeah. Oh, but she's just got a bad dentist.
Or maybe that's right. Maybe she lost a tooth.
Well, could have lost several at this point.
It's good.
Next up.
Flash number 800.
Flash #800. Savior. Oh, wrong Flash. $3 for Flash #800. Next up, Cindy.
Hang on. Uncanny X-Men number 1. Black and white.
Oh, did I have a year on that? I think I forgot. Is it 2019? No.
Says Dave Cockrum 76.
Yeah. No, that's.
I'm thinking that's not the right.
They were just repurposing some art from something else he did. This is Uncanny X-Men #1, not the most current series, but I believe the series before that. What do they call these? Undiscovered variants? No, what do they call them, Kaylin? They call them hidden gems. Thanks, Kaylin. I appreciate it. A hidden gem, Uncanny X-Men #1. $3? Really? That seems a lot high. Well, you know, we do have a problem here at Keith's Comics is that we currently are sitting in our warehouse / studio, and it's packed to the gills. So I have a buying problem. The problem is I want to buy more cool stuff, but I don't have any place to store it. So I need to store some of it at your places. Could I just do it for the children? Store all this stuff at your house. That'd be cool. If that's cool, all right. Thanks. All right. So box up. Next up.
Amazing Spider-Man number 93 Gleason cover.
Oh, there, Gleason. That's who was doing those negative space covers. Move that to the left there, little Cindy. Oh, this is a cool cover. Issue number 93. The Gleason. What is that? Full
First
Chasm. Oh, another First Chasm. Okay. $3. Next up.
different one maybe.
I don't know. It's and then we got coming up soon. We have even more Venom War coming up, so they're going to take that opportunity, to create about 16 more symbiotes. All right, X-Men number 12 from 2020. First, whatever this guy's name is, Genesis.
Oh, I don't know.
I wrote it out there, but I can't read it on this screen.
It does look like Genesis.
There we go.
First Genesis.
$3 for this. Next up.
First Kid Quick in this.
Oh, yes. Boy, this was so hot back in the day. Oh, First Kid Quick, $3 now. I think, what is this? I think we had like $30 on this at one time.
Yeah,
I believe.
the Christmas special.
Yeah.
He's very merry. Multiverse.
Very merry multiverse. There we go. $3. 13. Did I mention recently that we only have like 15 tickets left to the Deadpool show?
Hurry, come on in that.
Yeah, so help us sell out of that show and come have a good time with us. We always do. We haven't had one in a long time. COVID knocked us down, and then we only had like 2 or 3 in the movies.
Yeah, they knocked us down too.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? All right, next up.
Something Killing the Children number 13.
Just a random issue of something killing the children, but we are always building new customers for this. Maybe you need to fill in some of your collection. Here we go, number 13 for $3. Next up.
King in Black, number 1.
Ooh, yeah, some Venom stuff. King in Black, number 1. Man, this was so hot. You had to have asbestos gloves and a note from the local fire department to even touch this thing. From 2021, King in Black, number 1, $3. Oh, man, the cycle comes around. Next up.
Venom,
Hey, Alan's here. Hiya.
yard and cover.
Oh, I love this cover. Is it homage, pastiche, if you will, of Amazing Spider-Man 300? Yeah, thank you. Yarden doing the art here. $3 for this Venom number 4. Is that right? Well, good. Doing a little McFarlane action there. Next up.
Demon May Cry. It says Dr. something. Amu Avenue?
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry? I can't read.
That's Devil May Cry, young people. That's a video game, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I guess I play my
it's not your
my
game.
Wordle and my Boggle, and then turn over some tiles, and that's all I got. All right, this is another one of those hot video game comics. $3 though for this. It was stored poorly, so if this is in your wheelhouse, just be aware that it's not even the same zip code as Minty. So there we go. $3. Next up.
Batman Beyond number 40. Batwoman Reveal.
Ooh. Oh yes, the Batwoman of that time that storyline revealed in this issue against Blight. That's the guy who kind of gets off his a second hand from Mr. Freeze costumes there. Issue number 40 of Batman Beyond, Batwoman reveal, $3. Next up.
Ultraman. Number 1.
Ching ching ching. I think they're doing a more Ultraman in the Marvel universe, or is it DC universe? Dang it!
They had Jaguar in one of them too.
Oh yeah,
Too long ago.
that's pretty neat. Ultraman -1. We see your 0 and raise you a -1. $3 for Ultraman at -1. I can't remember the publisher of that. $3. Next up.
Final Nap Time book.
Oh, Pablo, it's time for you to wake up.
So 1 in 25. Jacinto cover number 2 of Jane Foster Valkyrie.
Jane Foster, Valkyrie. All right, issue number 2, the Jacinto? Jacinto? Okay, from 2019, 1 in 25 variant, only $3. That is a Valkyrie about to layeth the smacketh upon somebody. Man, 1 in 25. All right, and it's time for Pablo to wake up. And has made some really cool new graphics to show Pablo waking up, and I forgot to load it. Dadgummit. Yes, yeah. So tune in 2 weeks. Remember, we're not here next Thursday. Why is that? Because of the Deadpool movie. Were you not paying attention? Deadpool movie next Thursday night. We have 15 tickets left. Go to Keith's Comics Shopify store. Go to our KeithsComics.com, and then go to buy online. Then go to Shopify store. Blah blah blah. You know the drill. Then get your tickets, and then I sign all the seats. We're gonna have a good time. But we're gonna have a good time not here. There we go. Next up.
Okay. Movie and Deadpool.
Cindy's all about the Deadpool. That is not even close. All right, toward you, son. All right. Oh my. Where are the Angelettas? Where's the other half of the Angelettas? I bet his ring finger or his lantern finger is buzzing right now. Green Lantern number 21 from 1963. Wow, VG Plus. Look how pretty that copy is. VG Plus copy of this Green Lantern from 1963. $25 in store. Wow, a significant savings if you claim it here. Green Lantern number 21 is only $18 if you claim it on the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. I think, did we get everybody sorted out, Kaylin? Nobody else is over the other store, the Facebook pages? All right. She's helping all of us stay on the straight and narrow, me especially, because Cindy can't see me, so there we go. Next up. Ooh, look at that. Marvel Premiere. Issue number 7. So a lot of people would get confused and say, this is Doctor Strange number 7. It is not. Is that Clea on the cover? Dagoth, first appearance, I believe, on Dagoth. And then I find this hard to believe because he'd been around for 10 years at this point. But they're saying this is first cover appearance of Wong. I find that very hard to believe. He'd been around for a decade and never made the cover. Wow, that's That's a mighty oversight. Marvel Premiere number 7, $16 in store, $12 if you claim it here. Marvel Premiere featuring Doctor Strange. And don't ask me why sometimes it's DR period and sometimes it's spelled out Doctor, because I got nothing about why it is. I don't know why the style guide changed, but it does.
Just making their own mark.
And then it changed again. Like, somebody's brother-in-law probably had to get paid. Next up. I don't know if you got to see the new Captain America Brave New World teaser trailer, but in that trailer we saw some quick shots of a new character that I'm led to believe they've just added, G.W. Bridge, a super minor character in the comics, and that character's first appearance, oddly enough, is in this X-Force number 1. Here we go. This is still a sealed X-Force number 1 from way back in, 92, 93, wherever that was. Maybe before that, maybe 91. X-Force number 1 featuring the first appearance of G.W. Bridge. This has the X-Men team, I believe, trading card in the back of it. Still sealed in its original plastics. $6 if you want the first appearance. And who is that? The actor playing him, Giancarlo Esposito? I believe so. Yeah. The guy from Breaking Bad is what Kaylin says. I said it was the guy from The Mandalorian, but what do I know? All right, X-Force number 1 featuring the first appearance of G.W. Bridge, $6. Next up, a nice, beautiful copy of Iron Man versus Electricity, 10,000 volts. I don't even know if is that a lot? Is that enough to take down a snake crawling across the lines? I spend too much time going down the rabbit hole on YouTube at night. What can I say? Iron Man number 122 from 1979. A nice solid $6 for this Iron Man. Oh, that's a really nice, fine, minus copy. All right, next up, Cindy. Yes, Liefeld. Who thought 10 years ago somebody would be screaming Liefeld? All right, Tales of Suspense. Look, it's the return of the Titanium Man. And frankly, didn't even know he left. This is Power versus Power. And of course, we have Half-Face is one of the villains here. And that, I'm just going to go on a limb and say that his naming time was mostly half-ass. So I don't know what to tell you there. Tales of Suspense. This half of this book will be a cool Iron Man story, I believe, by Gene Colan. And the other half is just a shockingly amazing Captain America story that you got to see to believe. Tales of Suspense number 93, only $10. $10 for this solid VG copy of Tales of Suspense. Next up. Oh, a classic Superman story. Is this one of those imaginary tales? Yes, it's an imaginary novel. Oh, my. I can remember getting this mail ordered way back in like 1977. I'm so happy. Not this specific comic, but a copy of it. This is issue 170. This is in poor condition. The cover is completely separated and split into 2 pieces, and then it's not detached at the cover. So it's basically 3 pieces. It looks fine. It looks like a good, but it is a poor, maybe a poor minus, maybe a poor minus minus, because the added disadvantage of this book is that it's brittle, just a little bit, in all the important parts. But this is also an important historical document because this is the issue where JFK, Superman goes on a mission for JFK, but right as they were going to press, JFK met his end, and so they pushed this book back a few months, and then they had to have a little blurb saying, basically we paid for the story, we're going to run it. No, that's not what they said. That's not what they said. It's a powerful story, needed to be told. Superman number 170 from $6 for this Superman number 170. Next up. More Tales of Suspense. The Great Gargoyle. Oh, yeah. I always thought that he was a pretty solid a bad guy. From 1967, this issue number 95 is a solid VG Plus copy. Of course, you can see most of these books have the what we call the Texas patina. It's a little. Not, I'm not going to say brown, but I'm going to say definitely not white. Maybe some beige. What are some other light brown colors? Tan, taupe. Yeah, taupe. I think that those colors aren't on the official Overstreet guide. Little color stick, but Oh, what are some other ones? Mud hen, off-white, eggshell. What else do you got over there, Kaylin? Orange. She's not wrong. So Tales of Suspense number 95 from 1967, $14, and you can find out how Captain America gets past the Gray Gargoyle. Oh. Next up. Shogun Warriors. I don't know. So Shogun Warriors, was that strictly, Alan, you would probably know this. That is a big Iron Man foot. You bought, oh man, Jerry, you bought Superman 170 off the newsstand. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Crazy. And then it probably just sat on the curb and devoured it because it's probably an awesome issue. I mean, I read it, but I read it 50 years ago, so I don't remember that much about it. Did I read it 50 years ago? I might have read it 50 years ago. Oh my gosh, getting old. Oh no. All right, Shogun Warriors number 4 from 1979. Shogun Warriors, action figures only, or was there anime? Anyone, young person, people? You got nothing? I got, okay, me either. Cindy, you got anything?
I got nothing.
All right, so we'll count on some less younger people to let us know. Shogun Warriors from 1979. This is issue number 4. And I don't even know, is Shogun Warriors a response to Transformers or Transformers a response to this? Unknown right now, but I guess we'll sort that out eventually. Nice, solid mid-grade copy of this Shogun Warriors number 4. $6.
Probably depends on who you ask, right?
Right, probably.
Oh, I came up with it first.
That's right. Yeah, stay for the Herb Trimpe art greatness for sure. They were action figures down. Okay, thank you. Oh, look at this. Thor number 220 from 1974. This is just an amazingly cool cover. Does it say who the artist is? Is this the one that's the Gil Kane, Frank Bruner cover on that? On the bottom right of the cover, under Thor's knee.
No, there's no, just lines.
Lias. Oh, lines. Sorry, my bad.
No, it does not. It doesn't say anywhere.
Okay, I'm thinking of another book then. All right, Thor, but this is a sharp VF copy of this. Yeah, nice cover on that. From 1974, this is ridiculously underpriced. Thor number 220 in a beautiful sharp VF. $10 is what the market is on this. That's a crime. It's a crime, I say. So I'm going to give you $3 off. $7 for Thor number 220 because it's Thor's Day, right, Cindy?
That's correct.
All right, what does Alan say over here? We got big 24-inch stuff, predated Transformers and GoBots. Wow, all right. Well, I know.
Respect is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what is the deal? Because if I remember correctly, the other big deal is that part of the Shogun line was that they had the gigantic Godzilla with the power fist that you would hit the button on the back and the Godzilla's fist would come out and they would always lose the fist.
Right.
And then also there's a little thing in the back of Godzilla's head and he was like his tongue would flick out like that's supposed to be flames or something. I guess I don't know, but it's a very expensive toy if you ever tried to run one of those down.
Yeah, for a long time, you'd see him when we were first married.
Yeah, but it don't seem very often anymore.
No.
Especially, Power Punch. Is that what it was?
That's what I think. But it was like supposed to be like a flame. You know how when things take off on robots, and there's like a flame out of the back.
Oh yeah.
Like it launches.
Oh yeah. You're right. Hey, Kaylin, do not get me sticking my tongue out. Doing a turtle there. Next up, Cindy.
The Thor was Wayne and Kane as the art.
Who?
Wayne
And Kane.
Who's the first one?
Wayne. How you spell it?
Glynis Wayne?
Oh, Glynis Wynn.
Wayne.
Yeah. It's spelled because her husband is the co-creator of Wolverine, Len Wein. I didn't know she did any art. The rest of the story. All right, next up, we got it. Fantastic Four. Oh, this is whenever the Sandman thought, hey, I need to step up my game, and he got out of that burly-looking potato sack that he wore. And look, he got metal of it, and the Sandman poured out of that. Issue 61 of the Fantastic Four, a VG minus copy. That just makes it affordable, right? Sandman, longtime Spider-Man villain, but also he spent more than a few days slugging around with the Fantastic Four as part of the Frightful Four, right? So was he in the Sinister Six and the Frightful Four? The guy's he's just everywhere. He's just he's what would you call it? Where you flit around from group to group. He's not afraid. He's a joiner. He's not one of those introvert guys.
Where were their fans?
Well, I don't know. He's like, well, you hit the cash check. I'm there. Show me who to hit. From issue 61 of the Fantastic Four, $8 for this VG minus copy. Next.
I'm there.
You had one with fist, but the tongue switch and the back broke off. Oh man, what a downer. Yeah, and then he went back to the Charlie Brown striped shirt. Yes, he did. I wonder when supervillains change costumes. Do they just turn those in for credit against the new one, or do they give it to like a minor supervillain, or do they sell it like at auction? Is there like a whole bunch of supervillain groupies that are buying all this stuff? This is the costume I wore when I fought Spider-Man. You mean when Spider-Man kicked your butt? Details. All right, Scooby-Doo number 100. Push that toward you a little. Pull that a little toward you there. Number 100 of Scooby-Doo from DC Comics, $9. Wow, who knew Scooby-Doo's could be so expensive? Me, because I've been watching the Scooby-Doo prices. Scooby-Doo has a lot of fans. I am always very happy to see Scooby-Doo's coming in collections. Issue number 100 from DC Comics from 2019, $15. That's respectable. $15 in store, $9 if you claim it here. Scooby-Doo, and you got to have that exclamation point, of course.
Is the 50th anniversary?
Is that what it says there?
It's the 50th anniversary on there. Yeah, they consistently have good theme songs to their series.
Yeah, Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Coming after you, gonna solve that mystery.
All right, $9 for Scooby-Doo number 100. Next up.
What's the Scooby-Doo? You just can't stop.
All right, World's Finest, number 172. Well, I guess probably Jerry bought this off the stands too. I would think so. Is that who's doing the artwork on that? Is that early Kurt Swan doing on that issue from 1967? Batman and Superman starring in this. Bruce Wayne visiting the adopted home of Clark Kent. Nice. I wonder if he tried to buy their house for him. Could put a new chemical plant in there. $6 if you claim it here. World's Finest number 172, or $12 if it gets out to the stores. Next up. Okay, Sideways.
Hold on a sec. This way?
Yeah, perfect. Conan number 17. Man, this book doesn't come through often enough. This is really cool. And this is a very nice Fine Plus copy. Deep dark blacks on it. Very few, if any, ticks on the spine. Nice, sharp. Just a couple issues on the bottom and rounding around the edges there to keep it out of the VF, in my opinion. Man, but look at that. This is the cover I was thinking of. That says Gil Kane, Frank Bruner at the bottom of that, right? I'd never even remember that. Well,
Bruner's on the bottom.
what above Bruner?
It's a stylized letters.
Is it stylized?
Okay?
Is it GK? Gil Kane.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Expert.
Okay, Gil Kane. Conan number 17 from 1972. $10 if you claim it here. Fine Plus. Ooh, sharp book. It's the Devil God of Bel Sagoth. Ooh, my gosh. He almost, to my strained eyes here, it looks like he's fighting an Autobot a little bit there. All right, next up.
It's a twofer.
Alan confirms that was Kurt Swan art. Thank you for the confirmation on that. Speaking of Charlie Brown, do we have some swag over there at all? Didn't I put a... Oh, here we go. We have one piece of swag for today. We'll get to that in just a second.
Go ahead and do this.
You put a book down, and we'll get that after this book. This is a twofer.
Right.
What numbers are those, Cindy?
Twofer is number 66 and number 65.
65 and 66 of All-Star Comics. Look at that. That's Wally Wood, right? Wally Wood with Vandal Savage just punching the snot out of Golden Age Superman there. Oof, and here comes Power Girl, and is that Stripesy? Or is that Star Spangled Kid? Star Spangled Kid is just about useless in this situation. Even Hawkman, this is before Hawkman, but he was still Golden Age Hawkman, right? He wasn't even using nth metal. So this is where Power Girl should say, Star Spangled Kid, don't want you to have a seat. We don't want you to get hurt. Yeah, go hang out with Cyclops. That's right. He'll show you how to hide best. All-Star Comics. This is a two-for 2 consecutive issues of All-Star Comics for $6 total. All right, we have one swag thing. All right, 1971 Avon products. That was, from my youth. That was just. It was everywhere in the suburbs that I grew up in, Grand Prairie. Everybody either sold Avon or bought Avon. I don't remember that many Avon parties, but that probably was for me. This was a what would you call this? I don't know. It was a comb and a brush set. Through the mists of time, the comb has escaped. A grooming set. There we go. Thank you, Cindy. This was a grooming set, but it is turn the Charlie Brown over. Look how cute that is. Oh yeah, look at that. So it's Avon unused, but the comb that came with it. Maybe it's in a box we'll find someday. Maybe we'll never find it. Maybe it got lost. Maybe it's keeping the timing belt to a 74 Mercury running. I don't have any idea. But for $3, you can have this really cool Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. Let's put $3 on there. Swag time, $3. I just think this is just charming. $3. There we go, Cindy. Whoop. Charming Charlie. $3 for. Good grief! You can pay $3 for a brush, right? See what I did there? All right. Next up. Back to the regular show. Some Thor, because it's Thor's Day. Issue 401 featuring Loki. And what is the wager? Well, give me $6 and find out. Claim Thor 401 in the Keys Comics Network Facebook page. The kid. Hey, Garrett's here. Well, it was very limited swag, so sorry about that. The kid literally had 4 strands of hair. What? Which kid? What are we
Charlie
talking?
Brown.
Oh, that's yeah. Why did he need a comb and a brush for?
He just got a little curl on the front.
Yeah, Alan makes a great point. Absolutely. All right.
He didn't need much grooming.
He didn't. All right. Next up, I have the ceremonial Diet Coke here. Oh my gosh, great classic issue of the Avengers, number 97. More Gil Kane greatness, right? Yes, it is. In which the normally useless Rick Jones somehow magically, because they only had 6 pages left of the story, figures out a way to stop the Kree Skrull War. From 1972, this issue number 97, Fine minus VG plus. We can arm wrestle over which one it is. Let's see, that's the Destroyer, right? And Blue Flame or something like that. The Finn, the original All Winners Squad, and that's the original Vision, I believe, in the green, if I'm not mistaken, about all those. Does it name them anywhere on the cover there, or do you just got to know these guys?
The characters?
Yeah.
Well, Rick Jones, it said there.
And nobody cares about Rick Jones.
It's,
Even whenever he messed up the Hulk's life.
He just called the fearful finale of the Skrull Kree War.
Yeah. Rick Jones was he messed up Mar-Vell's life. He got in the middle of he basically stole Dr. Bruce Banner's life from him, and here he is, making himself minorly useful out in space, which is kind of where he belongs. $15 for Avengers number 97 from 1972. $20 if it gets out to the store. Next up. Oh yes, how about it's a little Bernie Wrightson for your evening pleasure here. We got Detective Comics number 425 from 1972. $15 for this solid VG copy. A great classic. You can just hear that ferryman cackling there, right, as he cracks the whip. Yeah. Yeah, his Wrightson, 100%. Yeah, right underneath the tag.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you know? And for one time, I'm going to say that somebody at DC Comics needed to take the designer of this cover aside and say, look, this is Bernie Wrightson art. Move all that other crap off. Put it on the back cover. Put it inside. Put it in the next issue. But we need to see more of this cover. $15 if you claim it here for Detective Comics. Wow, comics for 20 cents. Nice. Next up, on one of our big books from a few years ago, Stray Dogs. This is issue number 2. If you're a completist, you might have missed this homage to horror movies. Is it Dead Alive, or what is the name of this?
The movie?
Yeah, that they're doing an homage to. This is where.
I don't know who's it.
Colin Kaelin.
Horror movie? That one? That is the movie poster too?
I think it dragged into a great.
Yes. Classic. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a classic. Yeah.
Is it Evil Dead? Garrett says Evil Dead. Thank you, Garrett.
All right.
There we go. Says sharp. $6 though for this third printing, probably the lowest print run of any of the Stray Dogs. And if you're a completist, and if you haven't read Stray Dogs, come into Keys Comics and get you one of the trade paperbacks, or let us try to source all the individuals for you. We'll be glad to do it. Next up,
It's a sad story, but really relevant.
Daredevil. Oh, love is in the air. There's multiple Daredevils flitting around. This book is a 1 in 25 ratio variant of Daredevil number 1. We had as much as $18 on this jewel. Look at that. That is a beautiful cover in there. $6 now if you can't live without this cover of Daredevil number 1. Daredevil number 1 from, what was it, last year, 2023? $6 now for this 1 in 25 ratio variant cover. Next up,
We got two for 67 and 68.
67 and 68 of All-Star Comics featuring the Justice Society of America. Oh, look at this. We're going to call in the reinforcements. We're going to get Golden Age Green Lantern in there. Let's get that. Was that Green Lantern Attacks? Nice. Oh, Dr. Fate. Usually it's all over when Dr. Fate shows up. Next, you know, this is the levels. That's what we're trying to say. The Justice Society rolls in, and then they step up a level, and Green Lantern shows up. Then they step up a level, and Dr. Fate shows up, and then they step up, and it's, you've done messed up when the Spectre shows up. So there we go. Two consecutive issues of the All-Star Comics featuring the Justice Society of America. $6 total. Next up. What's the question? Daredevil Goes Wild? Is that right? Is that what? Silver Surfer Black, hugely popular series from a few years ago. This is number 2, second print, which the completists are going crazy for here. This has just one or two maybe little dings on the spine there. We're going to keep it in VF. Otherwise, it's beautiful. $6 for this Silver Surfer Black. Who knows where we're going to go? I guess they're finishing up the first run of filming of the Fantastic Four movie. They're going to have Silver Surfer in it, and who knows what gems of a storyline they're going to pluck over the last 50 years of storytelling. This Silver Surfer Black, hugely popular, number 2, second print, $6. Next up. Yes. All right, so when Keith's Comics started, first opened in 1989, these books were rolling pretty hardcore, and I had no clue what they were. And I wish that I just bought every single one of them. I can remember going into the, back in the day, there were 3, count them, 3 local comic shop distribution points here in Dallas. And now there's not even one within, 1,000 miles now. Yeah, probably 1,000 miles.
Those 5 a.m. days where we have to go get
Right.
in Arlington.
Yeah, we'd have to go to Arlington to Diamond Comics, and then Cindy would go to the Marvel, which was just right down the street,
Right.
and then we'd all
The
in
little white van.
the little white van, and then we'd come back across town. And maybe it wasn't until the next day that we couldn't get the stuff we got at Friendly Frank's.
Yeah, Friendly Frank's, was it going on at the same time as the other two? Friendly Frank's was your first distributor thing.
No, Action Direct Distribution was the first one.
Oh.
So yeah.
Before my time, or before I paid attention.
Right. These are Jade Man Comics from Hong Kong. What was it? What's the word that I'm looking for? Manhwa, which is South Korean for manga.
It's like their version.
Those crazy South Koreans. They have a word for everything.
New word for everything.
Yeah. So this is the Oriental Heroes, and if anybody's interested in these, every time I get them, I'll put them on the show. But they're just fun action. This Oriental Heroes actually was made into a movie. I want to say Tiger Action Kill or something like that from 2005. You can look that up. From 1988, though, this is issue number 2. Nice, beautiful copy. $6 for Oriental Heroes number 2. Next
I
up.
don't believe it, but we're down to 3.
3. All right.
There's the first one. Tell me where to do it.
Up and left. All right. Poison Ivy, The Joker's Asylum, number 1 from 2008. Wow. Really, from 2008? It just seems like yesterday. That's 16 years ago. If a kid born on this day can be driving now. Oh, my gosh. This VF copy of this Poison Ivy cover, highly sought after by collectors. Maybe it would look great in your collection, too. $10 for this Poison Ivy number 1 from 2008. $15 if it gets out to the stores. Next up.
2.
2.
Because of the movie.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to get you some Wolverine. And this maybe there'll be some Ghost Rider in this. I think all the stops are going to come out here. This is X-Men number 9 from 1992 when the relaunch happened. Great. Is it Jim Lee cover, right? Yeah. Yes, please. From 1992, $10 if you claim it here, $13 if it gets to the store. It's hard for me to believe how many copies I handled of this over the years that it's now starting to kind of move up because it's 92. That's 30 years. Yikes. People like Garrett, you weren't even born yet. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy, right? Were you? No, not 92. Jeez Louise. X-Men number 9, $10. Next up,
And the final book for tonight.
the final book for tonight.
Is the other cover you were talking about.
Is that right? Ah, yes, the negative space cover. Issue of Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. This beautiful John Byrne cover, I believe is who did that. Issue number 101 from 1985, $20 in store, $15 if you claim it here. Fine Plus newsstand version. You can see the barcode there. Trying to make it blend in with the cityscape there. Beautiful, beautiful execution of this cover. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, $15 for this negative space cover. And there we go. Susan slides in there. Pasquale, good to see you. All right. So let's see. Let me run through everything again here. Don't forget the guys in the stores. Come by and see them whenever you can. Go to keithscomics.com if you want to go see the Deadpool movie with us. And when we started this show, we had 15 tickets left. So there you go. I don't know how many we have at this very moment. Susan says hi.
Oh, hey, Sue.
Garrett says he was negative 8 years old. Well, there you go. And good to see you. Thanks for coming in and checking out the show tonight. All right. Anything else we need to talk about? The Blood Hunt in the Marvel Universe is going big. We also have Predator covers, crossovers in all the Marvel titles coming up. And what I thought was pretty cool, in a couple of weeks, we start with all these Godzilla covers in the Marvel Universe. Ooh. And if you get a chance, we do have copies left of Justice League versus Kong versus Godzilla in the stores, complete sets. And I think we keep getting it in and keep selling it out of the hardcover edition. It was a 7-issue miniseries. And then if you're not into comics, October might be a good time. DC is relaunching a whole bunch of titles with new creative teams and a whole new agenda moving forward. So be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. But the big deal right now is Deadpool next week, next Thursday. We will not be here. We will be all watching the movie, and I will be having some popcorn and a ceremonial Diet Coke. I don't know, Cindy, usually you have, what do you have, some salad of some sort or something?
Oh, when
like
I go, it's sometimes salad, sometimes I like their hamburgers.
Hamburgers. We've been using Studio Movie Grill for 24 years, 23 years now. Long relationship with those folks over there. Not as many movies as we used to do. I can remember the peak, like 2015 or 2016. We were there 9 times in a year, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the days. And the movies were all pretty good.
Yeah, the movies were all pretty
They
good.
had the Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, good times. Kaylin's been over there doing research for us. Appreciate it. Thank you, Kaylin. Cindy's been helping me out on the other side of the computer.
I've been helping.
For Keith's Comics, I am Keith. Thanks for taking the time to come see us. See if there is. Yeah. All right. Very good. Oh, thanks, Alan. For Keith's Comics, I am Keith, and if you don't get a chance, come see us. Oh, also, if you're watching us in the future, hello, future. Totally allowed. We love it. We appreciate it. All right. For Keith's Comics, I am Keith, and if I don't see you in the stores, I'll see you next time. Well, we'll take pity on them because I know that you took you have one more book. So who are we kidding? Just put the one more book up there.
You gotta learn to play the game. Boom.
Oh, beautiful John Romita cover of this. Captain America and the Falcon 137. Solid VG Plus comic on this. 1971, which you got Spider-Man, the Falcon, Red Wing, and Captain America all on one cover. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. Good stuff. I don't even know how you're living without this book. This is a cool book.
It's a great cover.
$18 is what it costs. Claim Captain America in the Keith's Comics Network Facebook feed.
All right, I hope we see you at Deadpool.
Yeah, so don't forget, Deadpool next Thursday. We won't be here. For Keith's Comics, I'm Keith. And if I don't see you at Deadpool movie, I'll see you next time.
Keith's Comics.